Hey guys, what's up? Waking up today in Halong Bay, as you can see. What a beautiful morning. Look at these islands. There are about, if not more, 2,000 islands like this. If you ever do come to Vietnam, I urge you to come and visit Halong Bay. It's beautiful, it's serene, it's calm. The water is calm as well, so which is a bonus. So I woke up this morning, we're about to leave. Actually, we're going back to the pier where we disembark and head back to Hanoi, actually where I'm staying. So in today's video, I'm going to make it quick, and I just want to be able to talk to you. I'm looking at my notes here from my other phone. I want to talk to you about mindset. You know, mindset and beliefs, how does that work? You know, mindset are, obviously, if you look at the definition of mindset, it clearly states that it's made up of a person's belief about themselves, their abilities, and their life, right? And expectations. So mindset are also made up of a person's expectations about themselves, their life, and their situation, and situations that they encounter, and how they interpret these situations. Oftentimes, you know, we go about life expecting the worst out of everything because we feel so unlucky. We probably grew up without money. We grew up without opportunities. We grew up with sort of like dysfunctional families. And, you know, dysfunction doesn't happen to certain people. It could happen to everybody. Now, the difference is that you will find some people within families that have a different mindset because they have different expectations. You know, they would look at life, they would look at other people's experiences and decide, you know, this is not what I want. And they change the trajectory of their lives. Some other people look at other people's lives and actually decide to do exactly the same thing and end up in the same spot. I just want you to understand how important it is to become conscious of your thinking patterns, of your thought patterns. For the majority of my life, all of my 20s, really, I spent those years lamenting about my situations, not understanding that by doing that, I was building a mindset for failure. I was building a mindset for negativity. But the funny thing is, at the core of who we are, all of us, we are manifestors. At the core of who we are, we can acquire the life that we truly desire. The thing is, like, we don't know it. Why do we not know it? Because we grew up thinking that it was only reserved for a certain group of people, a certain kind of people. The ones who are already born in successful families, the ones who are like beautiful, the ones who were lucky. But the truth of the matter is that it is something that can happen to any one of us, all of us. We just need to become aware of those possibilities. In manifestation, they're making an announcement on the boat. Sorry about that. So in manifestation, you hear people say that there are many possibilities that exist within the quantum fields. If you also follow Neville Goddard, he also talks about, in my father's mention, there are many, many houses, which could be interpreted as the same thing as in the Bible, as the possibilities that exist for us, which is true. If you really think about life, there are many possibilities that exist. The possibility of marrying, the possibilities of becoming a mother or father, the possibilities of owning a business, of working for a certain company. Endless possibilities exist. The only difference is that you have to become aware of that. And that's why you hear oftentimes that people talk about your awareness, is God. Whatever you're conscious of. Now, I'm going to tell you a quick story about my life. Like I said, the majority years of my 20s, I spent that lamenting, feeling sorry for myself, not understanding that I was actually the one destroying my future. I used to think that I was not lucky because I suffered from abandonment issues because my mother left me with my grandmother when I was 6 years old. So I always felt this, like the child who was not wanted, who was abandoned, a child that was abandoned, a child that was unloved and stuff like that. So these thoughts, at the end of the day, made up my set of beliefs, made up my mindset. So I grew up going into a relationship thinking that I had to please the other person in order for me to be loved and understood and appreciated. By the time I understood that, I was well into my 30s. So I just wanted to share this quick bit of my personal life just so that you can understand. And if you are young in your 20s, start working on the process of changing your mindset, changing the beliefs about yourself. Because if you think of yourself as of God, if you think of yourself as a child of God, however you want to interpret that, there's no way that you're going to keep going in life thinking that you're lesser, thinking that you are not worth it, that you are not worthy of love, that you are not worthy of being appreciated and stuff like that. And it will save you years of suffering, years of meaningless relationships. And I just wanted to share that with you. Overall, your mindset, your beliefs about yourself, your expectations is what pretty much you live every day, you experience every day. But perhaps not right away, but it could be beliefs that have been formed for 10, 20 years, a number of years, and you get to experience them in the present moment because they have been building up and forming inside of yourself, and you get to experience them. I talk about neuroscience, and I talk about how in neuroscience pretty much is what the reality you experience is the thoughts that are formed inside of your brain and that literally project themselves outside of yourself, and this is the reality that you get to experience. And I just want you to be mindful of that, to not make the mistake that I've made over the years of complaining, of feeling sorry for myself. I used to think that the more I felt sorry for myself, maybe the God will have pity for me, or the universe will have pity for me, and it will give me what I wanted. In fact, no, you're doing yourself a disservice by actually staying in the lower vibrational energy field. So you want to move up the ladder of the energy field and go up to love and know that you are loved, because the creation of human being came out of nowhere but love between a man and a woman. No matter how it happens, it is actually an expression of love that can often be misinterpreted depending on the circumstances under which that act happens. But nevertheless, it is an act of love to be here. So therefore, you are love. I am love. You are love. So you have to remember that. Anything that you're going to acquire in this life is going to ask that your spirit or your nervous system is at ease. Your spirit is experiencing love. Now, for those of us who have gone to trauma, that is easier said than done. It's a lot of work. I had to do a lot of work to calm my nervous system, to calm my spirit, my soul, and to come to the understanding that this body is just a vehicle and that I was loved. That is why I've adopted many rituals. I look at in other cultures, look at the rituals that they do in order to cleanse themselves, to cleanse their spirits, to become love again. I mean, to go back to to God in a sense of like meeting God where love is. So in Haitian culture, I've talked about this. We use coffee to do cleansing. We use salt to do cleansing. We use honey. We use so many things to do cleansing. It is not a way to, it is actually a way to feel love again, to feel peace again within the nervous system, within our soul, within our spirit. And all these little rituals that we encounter, not just in Haitian culture, but in many cultures around the world, are necessary for us to remain grounded, for us to remember that we are creations of God. We are, the universe does not belong to us, that we belong to the universe, and the universe will use us. Now we have to be in harmony with the universe. These rituals, like a coffee rituals, like a salt rituals, like a love bath, like those type of things that I've shared with you guys on this channel, are ways for you to become one with the universe, to become one with God, because we are a product of the universe, and we belong to the universe. The universe will use us in order to convey its message. God will use us to convey her or his message. So we always want to be at the love frequency and the one consciousness frequency. So Now, manifestation is part of us. Manifestation, whether you want to believe or not, is our second nature. We manifest everything by the way that we think, by the way that we feel with our emotions, the way that we express ourselves, what we expect, what our beliefs are, what our mindsets are. So what are some examples of mindset, right? So we have fixed mindsets. The belief that a person's talents and abilities are predetermined and that failure is a reflection of their inability to improve. So if you have that kind of mindset, you want to work on it. First of all, mindset is something that I believe is very flexible. You can adopt a mindset today and decide to change it tomorrow because you realize that it's not working for you. So you want to improve your mindset based on the life that you want to experience, the expectations that you have depending on the period of your life, right? And then we have a growth mindset, the belief that a person can learn and improve through effort and hard work. I know a lot of people with that mindset. They believe that everything they want, everything they acquire, everything they desire in this life is through sheer hard work. While this may be true for some people, some other people will tell you that everything that they have came to them with ease, with flow. So you can decide the kind of mindset that you want to have in this life. And by the way, guys, it's never too late. It is never too late, no matter how old you are. The younger you are, the better it is. The earlier you can change your mindset and adopt, a strong mindset, a strong spirit, and build a strong spirit, and strong faith, the better it is. But it's never too late to change the trajectory of your life. So the kingdom, so now I'm looking at my notes here. They're random notes, okay? But I just want to share them with you because I would wake up in the middle of the night and certain thoughts and ideas will come to me and I would just write them down in my notes here. So the kingdom of God, as if a man should cast seed into the ground, and should sleep and rise night and day, and the seed should spring and grow up. He knoweth not how. For the earth bringeth forth fruit of herself, first the blade, then the ear, after that the full corn in the ear. In a kingdom there's a ruler. Think of it as God, the mind of God. But what seed you allow your ego, the lower mind, the serpent mind, to cast into the ground of your kingdom, seeds which once planted in the night or dark will show in the day. So here in these notes, I talk about mindsets are seeds. Just like when you are planting, you know that in order for a tree to grow, you have to plant its seed in the ground. And it goes in the ground into the dark, and it will be fully formed once it grows. So it's the same thing for mindsets and beliefs. They are like seeds that you're planting every day in the garden of your mind. I'm sure you've heard this before. So you want to be mindful what you are planting, because once they grow into the dark, in the ground, they are in the dark, and this is where everything happens. This is where they start forming and building, and they will show up during the day in your everyday life. Everything that you experience today has been a result of the seeds that you have planted in the darkness of your mind, whether you know it or not. So you want to be mindful. And if you are living an experience, or if you're experiencing something that you would rather not experience, the first thing to do is to change the trajectory of your thoughts. Where are they going? Are your thoughts going to the lower frequencies, where there's hate, where there's fear, where there's confusion, where there's complaints, where there is condemnation? So you want to make sure that your thoughts are always rising above. You want to make sure that everything that you think about yourself, everything you think about your environment, you can change it by simply changing the outlook of it, the way you see it, the way you look at it. Let's say that you wake up and you walk to your nearest coffee shop for a cup of coffee. You say to the person you wanted almond milk, and they did not put almond milk, they ended up putting soy milk. Well, you can decide to be angry about it and say, you know what, this is not what I wanted, and look what they did, they messed up my coffee order, blah blah blah. You can complain about it, and you can say that, well, maybe this was done as a way for the universe for me to experience something that could be beneficial to me. If you start thinking that way about every experience you have in this life, life will be automatically something that is magical for you, because it'll see you, or the universe or God, because it'll start seeing you as this person who has, you know, magical expectations about life, that want to experience positivity and love and endless possibilities. So the channels will open up for you to experience such things. But if you go about life complaining that something happens and it came to destroy you, guess what? Life will respond to you in such a way, because the universe again is using you to experience itself. So you want to be mindful of these ways of beliefs, of these ways of thinking. Like I said, you know, the moment I started to change the trajectory of my thoughts, my life started changing. You know, for this trip here in Southeast Asia, like I said, I wrote it down about a year ago, not thinking or even forgetting that I did. And, you know, and as my birthday was approaching, I said to myself that I don't know how, but I'm going to have the best birthday of my life. And this opportunity came for me to visit Southeast Asia, Thailand, Malaysia, and Vietnam. I'm in Hanoi. I took a bus 2 hours to come here to board this beautiful cruise ship to do the Ha Long Bay cruise. And I'm gonna go back to Hanoi, and then I'll end up in Saigon or Ho Chi Minh, and then I'll fly back to New York. I had no idea this was going to happen, but I started putting it in my expectations. I started thinking that I'm going to have the best birthday that I've ever had, and I don't know how it's going to happen, but I know that I will experience the best birthday, and lo and behold, this is what I'm experiencing. I feel like it's still my birthday, even though it was February 21st. It's still my birthday. I'm still enjoying this trip here. I feel lucky. I feel grateful. I'm learning now to change the trajectory of my thoughts. I'm learning to expect the best out of life, out of all situations that show up. I look at people as perfection. I look at myself as perfection, because God cannot make any mistake. If you look at nature, there are no mistakes in nature. As we are part of nature, we cannot be a mistake. There's no way that God can make a mistake with us, you know, the creations of God. So think about this. Love, there's no mistake in love. However it shows up, it is what it is. So start looking at everything that happens in your life the way that you look at nature. There's no fault in nature. There's no chaos in nature. There is no imperfection in nature. Even though your mind may conceive it as chaos, there is no such thing as chaos in nature. Everything is exactly how it's supposed to be. It is placed exactly where it needs to be placed. So you have to start looking at your life in such a way, your environment, the people that you meet, as this gift of nature is gift from God, where God has not made any mistake, because God cannot make any mistake. So are you. You are perfection, and you are the expression of God's love in this universe. I just want you to know that, and remember who you are. You're a child of God. You are God in action. Your energy, your thoughts, your vibrations, your emotions are all expressions of God. God will take the form of what you want to express in order for it or her or he, for him to express himself. So remember that whatever you do, wherever you bring your energy to, wherever you give your life force to, whoever you give it to, it is literally God living and expressing himself or herself through you. So use it wisely, this energy. It is a one-time deal. It's a gift. It's a beautiful gift. It's like no other gift in this universe. So thank you guys for being here. Thank you for watching. I hope this message resonated with you. If you would like to work with me, reach out to me. I have not really set up anything as far as like work that I want to do with other people, but I know within me, I want to work with people. I want to coach people. I want people to prosper. I want them to avoid losing the years, the precious years of life that I felt like somehow I've lost. And I don't want to use the word lose because I've not lost it. I think this is the school that I needed to go through, and it took me a little bit longer than other people because there are things that I needed to learn. It just took me a bit longer compared to other people, but there's no loss. There's never any loss. Everything, we will be rewarded for everything. All right, just remember that. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here, and I look forward to hearing from you. God bless you. Let's continue to prosper together, guys.